Hey y'all, it's K Divine. This is a very quick message because I don't want to take too much time on this. But I just want to let somebody know, like, please don't put yourself in a position to be disappointed again. So I know I've been talking about like the recent events in my life and my family and all of that. And I know I mentioned in one of my last videos about my father sending me a birthday card talking about some call your dad. And so, you know, I talked to my partner and I was like, I opened it up and he was like, what'd it say? I'm like, it just said call your dad. And he was like, are you gonna call him? I'm like, no. And he was like, well, I mean, he is trying to reach out. So I'm like, is he? And he was like, well, he's making an attempt. I mean, I'm like, and I was like, I don't have anything to say to him. And a part of me wants to be upset that he's even telling me like you should call him, but I'm not mad at him because that's his opinion and the way he sees things. But from my perspective, I'm not interested in wasting my time reaching out to someone who's already made it very clear to me my entire life that they were not interested in having a relationship with me. Even prior to my birth, he wasn't around, according to my mother, that he decided that he just kind of like, he just kind of disappeared and just wasn't around. And then he was kind of in and out in the beginning of my life. And then he just stopped coming around, stopped calling. And now that I'm 30 and I have a whole life and telling me, call your dad. And when I say don't set yourself up to be disappointed, people have already shown you what they're going to do. It's the same thing that I was talking about with, maintaining those relationships and how people always expect you to be the one to reconcile. They want you to be the bigger person. And, from my partner's perspective, it's like, oh, well, he's trying. I don't see it that way. I see it as this is a poor attempt and excuse to try to absolve yourself of accountability for not being around. I'm older now, you're getting old, and now you're like, oh, well, you should reach out to me and see what's up with me. And it's like, I'm not interested. You've missed out on so much time of my life. You've missed out on, I mean, he didn't help or support me through college. He didn't support me through high school or any of my endeavors. Like, you've never been a supportive person. So why do I expect that from you now? And this is the thing I don't understand. Like, I don't believe in having contact with people just for the sake of having contact with them. If I don't perceive you being a part of my life uh in a reciprocal way, where, because it's like you're telling me to call you. He has my email. He used to email me when I was a kid. My email hasn't changed. It's the same one. So he could send me a message if he really wanted to. If he really wanted to reach out to me, he would have. Sending a card to my mama's house and it had no money in it. I'm like, dang, you could have made up for a little bit of time by sending me some money. I'm sorry, yo. But don't set yourself up to be disappointed. Because the thing is like, I already know the pattern I'm going to get. I already know that if I were to reach out to him and have a conversation with him, and even if I was to set up a meeting or something with him, it would be short lived. There would be no reciprocity there. I wouldn't be getting phone calls or text messages to check in and see how I am. This is the problem that we have too with absent parents that believe that once they get older, because even when I say absent parent, I'm not just talking about parents that didn't raise you or they didn't grow up in the home with you. I'm talking about emotionally absent parents as well. Abusive parents that expect their children to take care of them when they get older, expect there to be some sort of like, oh, well, I'm your mother, I'm your father, and well, I'm getting old and I'm getting sick and I'm dying and you're supposed to be here to take care of me. No. Call them folks that was so much more important than me. you've been mentoring kids, or you had other people in your life, or whatever it is that you were doing. Those people were way more important to you than having a relationship with me. Go talk to them. I don't even know you, and I'm not interested in getting to know you now. Do not put yourself in positions to be disappointed. Do not put yourself in a position where you're going to expel a whole bunch of energy trying to communicate with someone who's already made it clear to you that they're not interested in having the relationship that you want to have. This is going to be the theme for a minute, okay? Because this is me also processing a whole bunch of emotions that are starting to come up. But I'm starting to really understand and realize, like, a lot of people just never change, okay? People do not change very often, okay? The majority of people don't change. The fact that my father sent me a card that says, call your father with an exclamation point for my 30th birthday. It's my birthday. I haven't talked to this man since I was 18. And I won't even say spoken. I haven't seen this man since I was 18 years old, graduating high school, just about to go off to college. I haven't seen you. I haven't spoken to you. You haven't been around. You haven't attempted to reach out to me until now. And now you're like, you should call me. Not like I really would like to speak with you. Like, can we please call me at this number when you have some time? Or, hey, can we just chat? It's been too long. Nothing. Call your dad. The audacity of you, sir. The audacity of you. I'm not putting myself in a position to be disappointed. I'm not going to put my daughter in a position to be disappointed. I'm not going to set up a meeting for her to meet a man that has zero intentions of ever, doing anything for her. I'm not putting myself in a position to get excited about something that I already know isn't real. Sorry, the baby came in. But yeah, I'm not setting myself up to be disappointed again. And I advise my collective to not set yourselves up. Like I said before, there is no reconciliation without you. They want you to be the bigger person. And I will never, this is a level of emotional immaturity that I just cannot withstand right now. Because that's really what it comes down to. Like I said, these people want to absolve themselves of accountability. They want to twist it and make it seem like none of the things that happened really happened, or it's insignificant. Let's just move on. And it's like, I can't move on from this. I can't just pretend like this didn't happen unless you're coming at me like, hey, let's unpack this. Let me tell you my side of the story. If I even want to give you that time, which I don't. If I wanted to give you that time, okay, cool. But it's like, you're not even making an effort to make it seem as if you're apologetic, because they're not. These people are not apologetic. They don't really care. They just want you to feel like you're doing something wrong. They want you to feel like your lack of interest in having a relationship with them, well, that's your fault, because but family are always supposed to just make up. No, I'm not going to give people the opportunity to continue to disrespect me, because it's disrespectful to me when I keep trying to give my time to you and you just ignore me. I remember when I was like a teenager and I was trying to foster this relationship with my dad, and I was calling him one day. He just would not answer the phone. And then he finally calls me back. He's like, well, if I don't answer the phone, that means I'm doing something. I'm like, but you haven't been around for years, and all I'm doing is trying to talk to you, and you won't answer the phone. And for a 13-year-old, you gotta understand, for someone who's never had a father in her life, who had an abusive stepdad, and my dad claims he wants to be a part of my life, and I'm trying to talk to you, and then you make it seem like I'm just being a needy little bitch. Like, no, I'm not setting myself up to be disappointed. I'm not the wounded little girl that I was, and I'm a grown woman now. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with the sob story of like, oh, well, you need to be there for your kin. You ain't kin to me. Us sharing blood means absolutely nothing to me. because it didn't matter. Us sharing DNA and blood didn't matter to you when I've been out here in this world trying to figure out life by myself without the helping hand of you. And I'm not even talking about financially. I'm just talking about being there to support me. I'm talking about the people who claim that they love you or whatever, like, but they're not there. They're not there emotionally. My therapist gave me a piece of paper today about emotional immaturity when it comes down to parents, and I'm gonna go over that in one of my next videos with you guys, because maybe that might help somebody. Because when we were looking at it, I was like, ooh, this one don't hurt, gonna hurt somebody. You understand me? Do not set yourself up to be disappointed, y'all. These folks have already made it abundantly clear how they feel. They already made it clear about the moves that they're going to make. Yeah, they might pretend that they're going to come around and be there, but those are not solid those aren't solid promises. They say those things to a lot of times they do those things for the outside people, for the narrative that they spin. Well, I reached out to her, and well, I guess, she just doesn't want to talk to me. I told you a long time ago. She told me she didn't want a relationship with me. I never said that. But I don't know you, sir. So, like, I don't know who you are. I never knew you. I just happen to be your child, unfortunately, for me. So I just, just don't set yourself up to be disappointed by people who've already made it clear that they're not interested in you. I don't see, if you wasn't interested in me when I was a kid, I don't see why you would be interested in me now as an adult. I don't have anything to share with you. I do the same things you do. I go to work, I buy groceries, I put gas in my car, and I go home. That's it. Take care of my kid. I mean, that's the only thing I think between the two of us we could say that you didn't do. But child support don't really count. Like, you had to go to court for that. They took it out your checks. So, not like you paid it voluntarily. But anyways, yeah, like, don't put yourself in a position to be disappointed, because like I said, people have already made it clear to you how they truly feel, and it's not going to change. They're not magically going to know how to communicate better. They're not going to magically know what boundaries are they're crossing, and knowing that they need to do better. They're not going, and like I said, they're not going to apologize. There was not the feeling to me was, there's no emotion here. All of this shit just feels like a test to me, and I'm like, yeah, you ain't finna get me. Like, because like I said, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not fussing and fighting with you. What am I saying to you? Like, what do you need? Something? Like, what's up? Like, because the Kayla you gonna get now is not the Kayla you would have gotten, a couple years ago. The Kayla back then would have been like, oh, I just want to prove myself to you. I just want you to know, like, that wasn't my, nope, I ain't explaining shit. That's the way you took that? Cool. Have a good day, sir. That's where we're at. All right, y'all. I love y'all. It's your girl K Divine, and I'll see you later. Bye.